Alright, zombie survivalists, just an update here. Went ahead and used one of the paper plate targets during what I call a fatigue shoot, which is when you shoot when you're tired. Sounds simple enough. The reason I like doing those every so often is because during a zombie event, you're not going to be at your peak efficiency, if you will. You're not going to be at your razor's edge. You're going to be a little blunted. You're going to be tired, stressed out, a little afraid perhaps, maybe not in the best of health, maybe not in peak health. And that's all going to affect how well you shoot. So you don't want to be in that particular scenario, never having shot in that type of feeling of your body. So fatigue shoots tend to help with that a little bit. And all it is pretty much shooting late at night after a full day. So I did it on a Friday night, and I started around 1:40, let's say, in the morning. That was after a full day of work and all the day's events. So I suggest doing that if you're able to. Now, just to set the parameters before I talk about it a little bit. 50 feet away, this is the top of the target when it was hanging. Ruger Mark II, which is a 22 caliber pistol, bull-barreled, adjustable rear sights, which I've been fiddling with during the entire shoot. So they're not dialed in just yet. And sitting down and standing up, a mixture between the two. Also, I got myself out of the bullseye type of mentality. Usually when I shoot, I take my time, take my sight picture, and just shoot. And then slowly I build up pace that way. But this one I went right in, shooting at a quicker pace, not rapid shooting, but a quicker pace of shooting than your bullseye shooting. I wasn't caring about trying to get in a dead center. I was just caring about getting in the red, which means a little bit faster shooting, a little bit quicker sight picture acquiring before taking the shot, which means a higher probability of misses, but more of a real world scenario. If I was shooting at a zombie, I'd probably be going a little quicker, if not from stress, also from trying to drop them as far away as possible. So that was the situation, and this is what we came up with. First off, the paper plate targets, they're great, they're cheap, they hold up well. Certain paper targets, especially if they're right near where the bullets hit, like the bullet catching deflection area, will get cut up a bit and scraped up a bit from lead, basically coming apart. And sometimes it just tear when a bullet hits. It'll hit, and I've noticed, I don't know why, sometimes it tears it a little bit when it hits. The paper plate is sturdy enough and light enough so it won't just slide off of the target holder. It holds up pretty well, and it's cheap, like I said. Coloring it in a color also helps acquire the sight picture a little better for me, because it's something your eye's drawn to. How the metallics will work, I don't know. We'll find out. So all that was good. I did not have my binoculars with me, but I imagine it would have been easier to see the hits on the red than it would be just like a black or white with a black backdrop behind it. So the red would contrast nicely. Now, we're not looking for the target to be pretty, meaning we're not looking for perfect center hits all the time. We're not looking for a nice perfect spread. We're looking for holes on target. And that's what we have here. And as long as you get within the red, you're hitting the human head pretty much. Remember, in the video I talked about how this is pretty much the same size as the human head, roughly, on average. So if you shoot within here, you're going to be hitting brain matter, which means you're most likely going to be dropping the zombie. And that's what you want. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to get the job done. You'll notice there are some misses, and that's fine. And the fact that I like about them being around here is that there is a difference in shooting against zombies for survival and if you're going to be practicing self-defense. If you're going to be practicing self-defense, this would be a nice spread. Yeah, it's a little wide, but if you hold it up against your torso, in your abdomen area, like your stomach, your belly, your chest, up there, these all will be hits on your torso of most people. And while yes, it's a 22, and 22 may not have the best initial stopping power, for caliber aside, if you had this type of spread with your caliber of choice, you would be pretty much dropping the perpetrator that's trying to harm you for self-defense. But with zombie scenario, all these things on the white pretty much don't matter at all. So it's a big difference. With this being the top, this area around here would be the neck area, which means some of these down here might hit the spinal cord. Not something to rely on, but it is something to consider. That high up, severing the spinal cord will do essentially the same job as destroying the brain. Other than that, not too much else to say. I do plan to, when I go shooting again, take 2 plates, one for a pistol and then one for my .22 caliber rifle, which is scoped, just to show the difference at 50 feet again between the two. And that's a topic for another time. But I do highly recommend just target shooting in general, the plates. They're cheap enough. You could draw a symbol on there if you want to. You could paint it up. You could spray paint the entire thing. Whatever it is, you can leave it blank, put some stickers on it, whatever. It's just cheap targets. And unless you really want the fanciness of shooting a silhouette or shooting a drawn target to look like a squid or look like, you know, I don't know, a terrorist or look like a zombie, which tend to be expensive, these will do the job just fine. So that's it. And remember, in terms of zombie survival, it's just like any other survival. You have to have a plan and be prepared. So have a plan, be prepared, and stay safe. Take care.